Cardiovascular disease, heart attacks and strokes are a really big problem and a cause of death and early illness in people. But there's so much people can do themselves to help reduce their risks without involving us in the health services. So this programme is about trying to help people do that in the community with support from their peers and health and wellbeing coaches. They'll be for people who either have been advised to go by their GP or people who just want to know more about their cardiovascular health. And people can drop in and go along without an appointment. And the idea is that they have an opportunity to learn about their cardiovascular risk, measure their own blood pressure and learn what that means, and then talk with people, the peer leaders, the health and wellbeing coaches and other participants about topics that can help them reduce their risk, whether that be diet, exercise, smoking, alcohol or mental well-being.
I think what the Healthy Hearts Community Hubs will do, alongside offering exemplary peer support, will enable there to be a feedback loop to health professionals so that they can pick up those risk factors before they become a really big problem for people and go on to become a secondary care issue. So it really helps to highlight those risk factors before they become a big problem. Equally, it enables a GP practice to be able to refer people into the community where medical interventions might not be necessary, and peer support is the answer.
So peer leaders are important in this programme because reducing cardiovascular risk is largely about changing the way we live. And we all know that's really difficult when you want to change your diet or your exercise levels. And in order to do that, it's really good to have support and advice from people like you who also face the same problems or may even have overcome those problems.
They will be working alongside a health and wellbeing coach, but will have their own lived experience of cardiovascular disease or risk factors pertaining to cardiovascular disease. So people will be able to relate to that and really have belief in what the peer leader is saying.
We're going to ensure our peer leaders are trained to help people in behavioural change and also in knowing what important changes people can make in their lives. But it's not medical knowledge that's necessary, it's more knowledge about people, how to support people and how to live healthy lives. I think the difference when you hear it from the doctor, it can be perhaps feel like being told to do something, and none of us like being told to do stuff. And so it's better to hear it from people who have your interests in heart, but also are sharing the journey with you. So doing it with people rather than telling people to do things is the best way of trying to get behaviour change.
I think something that people are concerned about when they have cardiovascular disease or any long-term condition is everything becoming too medicalised. So having peer support from someone who is living within their local area or is part of their community really gives them that sort of attachment to be able to talk really freely about their own condition and how to self-manage it. So the heart of the Healthy Hearts Community Hubs is in the community. So it's really important for people to be able to connect with their local community and be somewhere where they feel comfortable. And that might not necessarily be within a surgical environment. So being within the community, meeting with people in your local area really helps to build this initiative.
So removing it out of kind of the medical services is deliberate because this isn't about what we're doing to people, it's about what people can do for themselves. We're always here for people and we will always help people who are identified to be at higher risk. But this is not a medical model, this is more of a community and social model. One of the reasons I think that general practice and the health service is under so much pressure is because we've lost an ability as a community to care for each other. And that community is really important in our health. And so this is a way of trying to rebuild that support in the community to reduce reliance on health services that frees up capacity in the health services to do what we're really good at and what's really necessary, whilst also supporting people to live healthy lives. I really hope that this kind of approach to helping people with their health is something that can be replicated in other areas.
This model we hope to be able to replicate in long-term conditions such as type 1 diabetes or relating to anything to do with mental health. So we're really hopeful that the success of the Healthy Hearts Community Hub can be replicated in other conditions.